Stranger Things Season 5 has finally arrived, and while Vecna's return isn't a surprise, his new plan is far more elaborate and far more disturbing than anything we've seen before. After 3 long years, the Hawkins gang is back, reunited, and fighting on all fronts. And unlike Season 4, the storylines aren't scattered. They're woven together, raising the stakes and accelerating the chaos.
Maybe tonight is our break. We find Vecna. We end this once and for all. Together.
But not everything is a happy reunion. Vecna, or Henry Creel, is more powerful than ever. And this time, he's using a horrifying strategy. He's kidnapping innocent children across Hawkins and turning them into psychic batteries, vessels linked to him, feeding him strength and powering his takeover of the town.
Some minds, it turns out, simply do not belong in this world.
His plan is intricate, it's layered, and it's terrifying. So today, we're breaking it all down. Chapter 1. Vecna wants to reshape the world. Vecna declares early in Volume 1 that he intends to reshape the world. But what does that mean? To understand his plan, we have to go back to his very first victim, Will Byers. The season opens with a flashback to Season 1, the moment the Demogorgon snatches Will and drags him into the Upside Down. What looked like a random attack now plays like the opening move of a grand design. Vecna drags Will into his lair and pumps him full of an unknown organic substance, something parasitic, something invasive, forging a psychic bond that would haunt Will for years.
We are going to do such beautiful things together, William.
And now, Vecna is doing it again. His first new target? Holly Wheeler, Nancy and Mike's little sister.
Your friends first. And after, I'll save your family too, of course.
A Demogorgon tears through the ceiling of her room, kills her parents, and drags her into the Upside Down, repeating what he started with Will. When Holly next appears, she's walking into a beautiful house guided by her imaginary friend, Mr. Whatsit. But the illusion when his face shifts, revealing himself as Henry Creel. Vecna has lured her to the Creel house, but through the power of his memories, the upside-down version looks untouched, glowing, serene, safe. There, he tells Holly that this is only the beginning. Her classmate Derek will be next, and soon the rest of Hawkins' schoolchildren will follow. Vecna isn't just trying to kill Hawkins, he wants to rebuild it, using its children as the foundation. Chapter 2. Why Vecna is taking kids in the Upside Down.
To reshape the world. It's because they are weak.
Vecna's obsession with children isn't random, it's strategic. He targets kids for 3 reasons. First, he calls them weak in body and mind.
Weak in body and mind.
Children are easier for him to manipulate, emotionally and mentally. He believes he can mold them, break them, reshape them, something he can't easily do to adults.
The perfect vessels.
Second, he calls them vessels. In brief flashes inside his lair, we see the truth. He's doing to them exactly what he once did to Will, injecting them with the same unknown substance, creating a web of psychic connections. making them part of his hive mind, turning their thoughts, fears, and pain into fuel.
We are going to do 7 beautiful things together, William.
Third, these links make him stronger. Children amplify him, extending his reach, boosting his senses, and feeding him psychic energy. He slaughters adults with no hesitation, soldiers, parents, anyone who gets in his way. But children? He keeps them alive. They are batteries, conduits, power sources. But this part of his plan soon backfires, because one vessel refuses to break. Will Byers. Chapter 3. What Will discovers through the hive mind.
I was him. I was Vecna.
By the start of episode 4, Vecna's pattern becomes clear. He takes 1 child on the night he abducts Holly, 3 the next night, 8 more the night after that. Will, using his connection to the hive mind, sees 12 places in Vecna's lair, 12 seats for 12 vessels. Vecna is nearly done. He has enough children to activate whatever his world reshaping process is.
Some minds, it turns out, simply do not belong in this world.
But here's the twist Vecna didn't see coming. Will can use the hive mind against him. When Will taps into Vecna's link at the end of episode 4, he turns the psychic connection into a weapon. His eyes turn white. He freezes demogorgons across the town. And he crushes them, killing them one by one, just like Vecna did to human victims in Season 4. The kid Vecna once called weak becomes the one who breaks his army. And that exposes a fatal flaw in Vecna's grand vision. Chapter 4. How Will's history shaped Vecna's plan.
We are going to do 7 beautiful things together, William.
Vecna calls Will the first, the child who proved what was possible.
You were the first, and you broke so easily.
Back in 1983, Will was everything Vecna wanted. Frightened, isolated, easy to control. Using Will, Vecna experimented with possession, psychic influence, and the hive mind. Learning how human minds could be twisted and harvested. It's no surprise he sees children as weak. At Hawkins' lab, Henry murdered dozens of kids. He viewed them as failures, imperfect, tools, not people. But that belief was shattered when 11 stood against him. Henry underestimated her, a child stronger than him, and she banished him to the Upside Down, disfiguring him in the process. Now, history repeats itself. At the end of episode 4, Will digs deep, embracing every memory Vecna claimed made him weak, his friendships, his family, his emotions, and uses them as strength. Will becomes everything Vecna insists children cannot be: powerful, grounded, resilient. Vecna's greatest weapon, his ability to prey on the vulnerable, is now his greatest weakness. Vecna's plan in Season 5 is the most layered, terrifying, and ambitious scheme Stranger Things has ever introduced. Blending psychic domination, childhood trauma, and upside-down biology into one apocalyptic master strategy. But his flaw remains the same as it was in 1983 and in Hawkins' lab years before. He thinks children are weak, and Will Byers just proved him wrong. With Will tapping into Vecna's abilities, with Holly trapped in the mindscape alongside Max, and with Eleven preparing for her final confrontation, Volume 2 is set to push Vecna's plan, and Hawkins, to the breaking point. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Vecna's full plan, hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around. The final battle for Hawkins is coming, and it's going to be devastating.